ਪਾਈਏ ਪੈਂਟ ਗੰਗਾ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਂਟ ਪਾਈਏ
It wasn't a dream. Well, what a palaver being escorted out of the country. And let me tell you, them escalators that you love so much coming into Thailand and hate to go out on them when you're leaving have a different meaning when you're getting kicked out of the country. What a fucking nightmare this is. But I've been escorted by a lovely lady. I can't remember her name, I did ask it, but she's escorted me till I get on the plane. Mate, oh my God. Anyway, thank God for smoking rooms at airports, eh? What I suspect is going to happen here is that they're going to hold onto my passport until I actually get on the plane, because I'm sure that they'd be worried that I'd do a runner. Little do they know I've not run anywhere since 1992, but don't tell them that. So, yeah. Don't know what's going to happen here. There's more to it as well. I'm not even sure that I'm going to get into Da Nang. I'm not even sure that they're going to let me into Vietnam, because I've been there 3 times this year already. Fucking hell. We'll see. Let's see. I was right. Basically, they keep your passport until you actually get in on the plane. So I'm just waiting to get on now. I think I've got about another 10 minutes before they open. Maybe even 5 minutes before they open the flight, but literally they've got my passport up there, which is quite a nerve-wracking feeling when you haven't got your passport in your hand in a foreign country. It's a little bit like losing your phone in that respect, although I've not lost it. But yeah, as I say, I'm not sure they're going to even let me into Vietnam, so could end up having another night in a detention centre. By the way, the one that we stayed in last night, I paid, or Mick, a friend of mine, yeah, because I couldn't pay it because I don't have a Thai bank account, but I had to ask a friend to pay 1,070 baht for me to stay in that gaff last night. And to be fair, I've stayed in worse hotels on my travels, but that's not the point. Yeah. So God knows what's going to happen when I get to Vietnam. Are they going to let me straight through, or am I going to go through this whole process again? I think the only good thing about this is that I've still got Vietnamese dong in my wallet to spend. And usually you can smoke pretty much everywhere in Vietnam, well, most places, so yeah. So actually what happens is they keep your passport all the way till you get on the plane, so the cabin crew have got my passport. Definitely they're worried about you doing a runner basically, but yeah, well I hope it's there anyway, I'm sure it is. Let's just get the hell out of Thailand now. It's tainted it for me a little bit. I know I've done wrong, but I ain't hurt anyone. I've got a feeling I'm in fucking trouble, because I'm going to get escorted off the plane in Vietnam, apparently. So this isn't the end of this. You know, when you've got the whole back road to yourself, you're in trouble. Right, here we go. Let's see what this holds for us. Let's see what happens here. Something's happening. I'm at the immigration desk at Da Nang now, and they're signing bits of paper and stuff, so I don't exactly know what's going on, but I still ain't got my passport back, and we're going through a process, so I don't know if I'm going to be denied here or not. Soon find out. Guess who's back in the Nam? Thank fuck for that. Door, always handy to have. Massive cupboard space. It's a bit dark here, I can't light this up, but there's a light up there. But this is better than the gaff I was in last night, I promise you that. Huge bed. I could sleep in that later. Setup going on, TV, fridge. Oh, it's much better. Thank God. Toilet, bathroom, mirrors, shitter, balcony. And view. Much better than last night. I rate this one much better. So what the hell happened there? Well, I basically overstayed my welcome, and going through BKK airport, Sukhothai airport, I got stopped by the immigration. But just to backtrack, and I'm not going to go on too long because I don't want this to be too talky, but I started travelling last year and I got a 60-day visa, October, November and December. I used that up in. I then went to India until January and flew back from India mid-January, and then done my 30-day visa, and mid-February I went to Cambodia, travelled around Cambodia. February, March, April, I made my way all the way around to Vietnam, up to Da Nang, Hawaii, the demilitarised zone, etc. I then flew mid-April back into Thailand, BKK, and made my way down to Koh Samui to meet a friend. Anyway, I got in with these doggies and everything was cool, and I've got some friends there and eked out a bit of a life myself, and I was doing the immigration every 30 days or the border runs, which I thought was cool, but looking at it now, it's actually not. So I'm not sure about that, but anyway, I was conscious that I needed to kind of get out of the country because I thought it was 6 months when it's actually not at all on a tourist visa. So I was conscious that I needed to get out. So I booked a flight to Da Nang. Literally, this is this week. 7 nights. Only last week, basically. So I've done 7 nights here, and then flew back into Thailand thinking like it's going to be all right, but it obviously wasn't all right. So when I've got to the passport control at BKK, the lady's well on the ball. She can see that there's loads of stamps from immigration and border runs and stuff, and they're all clustered over 1 or 2 pages, so it's not hard to spot. She asked me what I was there for. I said tourist. She said, you've been here too long. Next thing, she's pressed the button, the light started going off on the doodah. I'm sure it was like a green light or a red light, I can't remember. I got pulled out of the queue in front of thousands of people, many hundreds of people, into a immigration corner basically. They've taken my passport off me. I've sat down. A few things have happened there, but to cut a long story short, one of the officers has come out, said, is this you in the passport? I'm like, yeah. He goes, follow me. So I went with him. We ended up going through quite an official part of the airport. It was all like grey bricks and stuff, and I went through a little process of saying my name and bits and pieces, and then I sat down, and that's where I kind of picked the video up there. Not long after that, a nice lady came out and explained to me what immigration had decided for me, and that was to send me back to Da Nang, and I had to book a flight for the morning for 8:15 in the morning. I'm like, that's cool, yeah, no problem. And she said, in the meantime, you've got to stay in the detention centre at the airport. All right, that's fair enough. I've messed up, yeah, I've got to do that. I mean, it came as a bit of a shock, but when I look back on it now, yeah, that's what immigration are there for, to stop people taking a piss. And you win some, you lose some, and I lost in this instance. In the morning, I got escorted from the detention centre to the actual flight itself. Literally, I got pushed to the front of the queue, and I was the first person on the plane, sat at the back of the plane like you see. and then was asked to be the last person off the plane. When I got off the plane, I was escorted again. Still haven't got my passport, all the way to immigration at Da Nang, and the guys there were, you know, really nice. Pucker did their job really nice. Just said to me, am I ever going back to Thailand again? I said, they probably won't let me in, but if they do, I'd love to go back there. And then he stamped my book and told me to go to cubicle number 10, and I made my way into Vietnam. So I messed up there, and yeah, there's just no way about it. And I'm not saying anything against immigration at BKK because they've done their job. I'm a prime example of that. So it is what it is. You win some and you definitely lose some as well. But until next time, my friends, keep navigating.